Men will only truly cherish women who embody these 6 principles forever. Have you ever wondered, as Carl Jung might have, why some women, though, who are not strikingly beautiful or flawless, are always respected, cherished, and desired by men for a lifetime? Meanwhile, others, despite sacrificing everything and giving their all, end up facing indifference or coldness. The difference doesn't lie in appearance or talent, but in how a woman carries herself. Men don't truly respect convenience or compliance. They respect clarity, confidence, and an inner strength that radiates from within. If you've ever felt exhausted from chasing love, diminished yourself to fit someone's expectations, or wondered why he drifted away, this message is for you. Together, we'll uncover 6 quiet but powerful principles. These principles will help you break free from the cycle of meaningless sacrifice and become a woman who is always valued and loved authentically. Listen closely, because sometimes you don't need to change into someone else. You just need to return to your true self, and love will find you naturally. Join us on this journey to become the best version of yourself. Subscribe to our channel for daily doses of inspiring insights. Principle 1. Don't ask for permission to set boundaries. Live by your values. In life and love, boundaries aren't foreign concepts. They're the personal limits that keep you safe, respected, and true to who you are. Yet, many women unintentionally turn boundaries into something they seek permission for, rather than a firm declaration. They might say things like, "I hope this doesn't bother you," or "I don't want to seem difficult." But those words dilute your boundaries, making them feel like, once boundaries feel malleable, they lose their weight. This is the root reason why you might lose respect in his eyes. Imagine, instead, saying firmly, "I won't accept superficiality in a relationship." Let that statement stand on its own. No lengthy explanations, no justifications tied to past experiences or situations. That's when you send a powerful message. I value myself, and I'm serious about how others treat me. A woman who lives by her boundaries isn't harsh or cold. She exudes clarity, peace, and resolve. Men naturally test boundaries, not always intentionally, but instinctively, to see if your standards hold firm or if they're just empty words. When they see you waver, they may stop taking you seriously. But a woman who upholds her boundaries not only earns respect, she gives men a sense of security. Why? Because men want a partner who knows her worth and isn't easily swayed by inconsistency. That signals maturity, inner strength, and true confidence. Consider a kind-hearted woman who always accommodated her boyfriend. She tolerated his last-minute cancellations, thinking her understanding would make him value her more. Instead, he grew increasingly careless, treating broken promises as normal. Only when I realized she deserved respect and firmly stated, "I won't keep accepting this," then stood by her words, did the relationship shift. He started thinking twice before making promises, knowing I wouldn't let it slide anymore. The key is to treat boundaries as part of who you are, not as a negotiation. You don't need to over-explain, because the right person will naturally understand and respect them. Boundaries are how you teach others to treat you. If you hesitate, apologize, or seek permission for your boundaries, you're dismantling your own protective shield. But when you stand firm without making a fuss, you show confidence, strength, and self-respect. That's the first thing that makes a man see you differently, with genuine respect. Respect comes from clarity and consistency in your boundaries, not from asking for approval to have them. Principle 2. Create space. Don't chase clarity. One of the biggest mistakes women make in love is rushing to demand clarity when a man pulls away, feeling distance. They try to fill the silence with texts, questions, or even arguments to clear things up. But this can create pressure, making men feel suffocated and more likely to withdraw. Men often process emotions differently than women, When they're stressed or confused, their instinct isn't to share immediately, but to retreat and think things through. They need space to untangle their thoughts. If you bombard them with questions like, "What's wrong? Do you still love me? Are we okay?" their confusion turns into a burden. Under pressure, men rarely make positive decisions. Put yourself in their shoes. When you're exhausted and need a moment of peace, how would you feel if someone relentlessly questioned you? Even if it comes from love, excessive concern at the wrong moment becomes a barrier, making them want to pull away further. Instead of trying to pull in closer, the wiser move is to create space. Space doesn't mean disappearing, being cold, or playing games with silence. It's about confidence, continuing to live your life, staying joyful, and allowing him time to process what's happening. When you do this, you send a clear message. I trust you're mature enough to think things through and make decisions. I also trust that I'm strong enough not to control everything. This energy earns a man's respect. Shine with your confident energy. Follow our channel to learn more ways to build respect and love in every relationship. Take Lan, for example, whose boyfriend, Hung, would become distant when busy and text less. Lan used to panic and call repeatedly, but this only made Hung feel drained and avoid her more. When Lan changed her approach, focusing on herself, hanging out with friends, pursuing hobbies, Hung noticed, surprised that she wasn't clinging. He grew curious and reconnected. A wise woman knows space creates longing, while chasing kills it. When you give a man space, he has the chance to miss you and choose to come back. When he does, it's a genuine choice, not a reaction to pressure. This also protects you. Instead of draining your energy chasing answers, you preserve your peace and pride. You don't need immediate answers to feel secure, because you know you deserve a clear, healthy relationship. If he can't offer that, you're strong enough to walk away. Remember, demanding clarity repeatedly tells him you don't trust him to figure things out or yourself to be okay without constant reassurance. That energy pushes men away, but when you step back with confidence, you show maturity and self-control. Space isn't just for him, it's for you, too. It's a chance to listen to yourself, nurture your own life, and let love grow naturally instead of forcing it. Don't chase clarity when a man pulls away. Create space, stay calm, and give him the chance to come back on his own. Respect comes from trust and confidence, not control. Principle 3. Face reality. Don't love based on potential. One of the sneakiest traps in love is falling for who a man could be, rather than accepting who he is right now. Many women fall deeply in love, not with what he's doing today, but with a future they've imagined for him. They think, if he just changes a little, we'll be happy, he says he'll be different, so I'll wait, but the truth is, promises aren't actions. If he's breaking promises, acting aloof, or being unclear today, that's the reality of who he is. When you ignore reality and cling to a fantasy, you teach him that sweet words are enough to keep you, even if his actions don't match. A woman of value doesn't fall into this trap. She doesn't argue about potential or cling to promises of tomorrow will be different. Instead, she quietly observes patterns of behavior. If his words don't align with his actions, she trusts what she sees, not what she hopes for. Consider thou, who dated Nom for over a year. Nom promised to call every night, plan dates, and build a future together. But time after time, he forgot, got busy, apologized, and promised it would be different. Thou, in love, believed waiting would fix things. After a year, nothing changed. Only when they faced the truth that Nam's actions showed who he was did she find the courage to walk away. That decision freed her from the cycle of false hope. Potential doesn't sustain a relationship. It only drains your energy and erodes your self-trust. Reality, however harsh, is the truest measure of love. A man who respects you doesn't just say he'll change. He shows it through consistent, clear, and committed actions. Men know the difference between words and deeds. The problem is, some women believe in words so much they blind themselves to reality. When you keep giving love despite inconsistency, you signal that effort isn't necessary because you'll stay regardless. But when you respond to actions, not promises, you send a powerful message. I'm not swayed by potential. I care about reality. Facing the truth doesn't mean being harsh or unforgiving. It's about being honest with yourself. You can forgive and offer chances, but those chances must be based on what you see, not what you imagine. Live by this principle, and things will shift. A serious man will step up to prove himself through actions. An unworthy one will walk away, knowing empty promises won't hold you anymore. In the end, you save time, energy, and avoid dead-end relationships. In love, potential is a dream. Reality determines happiness. A respected woman isn't one who waits indefinitely. She knows when to stop and trust the truth in front of her. Don't love what he could be. See what he's doing. Actions are the true language of respect. Principle 4. Don't shrink yourself. Live authentically. In the journey of love, many women unconsciously shrink themselves to fit others' expectations. They worrying that showing too much personality, being too direct, or too strong will turn men off. So, they try to become a softer, more agreeable version of themselves, easier to love. But here's the paradox. When you dim your light, you lose the natural spark that makes you magnetic. Men may be drawn to appearances at first, but what keeps them and earns their lasting respect is depth and authenticity. If you try to please everyone, you risk becoming a bland, predictable version of yourself, with nothing left to intrigue or challenge a man to dig deeper. But when you live, authentically embracing your complexities, standing by your beliefs, you become a woman of substance, someone a man can't fully grasp in a fleeting moment. Continue following our channel for more insights on how to shine as your true self and build relationships rooted in respect and authenticity. Remember, an intriguing woman doesn't need to be perfect. She might be stubborn at times, sensitive at others, or even hard to read, but it's her authenticity that makes her magnetic. Men respect a woman who stands by her convictions, far more than one who nods along just to be accepted. Take Ngc and Min, for example. They met in college, where Ngc was a vibrant woman full of passions. She loved painting, backpacking, and trying new things, but when she started dating Min, she gradually let go of those interests, worried he wouldn't approve. She thought devoting herself entirely to him would make him happier. Instead, the opposite happened. Min found her less engaging, no longer the radiant woman he'd known. It was only when Ngc reclaimed her freedom, picking up her paintbrush, traveling again, living fully, that Min realized those very qualities were what made her truly captivating. Living authentically doesn't mean being difficult or stubborn in every situation. It's simply about not apologizing for who you are at your core. You have the right to love the colors you love, to voice your opinions, to say no to what doesn't feel right. When you live true to yourself, you send a clear message. I deserve to be loved for who I am, not some polished version I've forced myself to become. The truth is, men don't respect excessive people-pleasing. They might enjoy it briefly, but in the long run, what keeps them invested is a woman who knows who she is and isn't afraid of being misunderstood. You also need to make peace with not being everyone's cup of tea. Because you can't please everyone, and that's perfectly okay. The right people will get you, the wrong ones will walk away. When you stop fearing rejection, you find true freedom in love. Shrinking yourself not only dims your allure, but also erodes your self-respect. You'll find yourself constantly guessing what others want instead of asking what you want. And when you lose touch with your own truth, It's hard to earn genuine respect from others. Men aren't drawn to a perfect woman, they're drawn to one who lives authentically, with personality and depth. When you stop shrinking to fit others' expectations, you shine with your true worth, and that's what makes men both respect and want to stay. *** Rule 5. Trust your intuition. *** A wise woman never ignores her gut. In love, there's a quiet weapon many women overlook: intuition, that subtle feeling when something's off. Even if a man's words are sweet or his reasons sound logical, your heart feels uneasy. Yet, instead of listening, many women dismiss it, convincing themselves they're being too sensitive, or that he means what he says. The danger is that ignoring your intuition leaves you vulnerable to excuses and empty promises, slowly eroding your ability to protect yourself. Men can say anything, but actions reveal the truth, and intuition is the compass that spots when words and deeds don't align. Think back to a moment. Have you ever felt uneasy when he said he was busy but made time for others, or sensed dishonesty, even without proof? That feeling is rarely wrong. It's the result of tiny signals your mind hasn't fully processed, but your heart and body have already picked up. Take Ho and Kwon, for instance. They'd been dating for a few months, and Kwon always insisted he was serious, yet he'd show up late to dates or promise to call, and then go silent. Ho often felt something was off, but when she tried to bring it up, Kwon brushed it off with sweet words. "I'm just busy, don't overthink it." At first, Ho believed him, but the unease grew. In the end, her instincts were right. Kwon wasn't truly committed, just stringing her along. Had Ho trusted her intuition from the start, she could have saved herself the time and heartache. Men genuinely respect women who listen to themselves. A woman who trusts her intuition exudes a confidence that's hard to manipulate. You don't need his validation to know something's wrong, you're sharp enough to sense it. This makes it clear to a man that he can't easily sway you with sweet talk or hollow promises. Trusting your intuition doesn't mean being paranoid or assuming he's always at fault. It's about valuing your emotions as a source of insight. When something feels off, observe his actions more closely. When you sense a contradiction, give yourself permission to ask questions. Intuition doesn't demand extreme reactions, it calls for clarity. In fact, it's the foundation for staying grounded in love. Instead of needing constant reassurance from others, you can trust your own feelings. With that trust, you're less likely to be emotionally manipulated. A man can't twist the truth when you see through his contradictions. A woman with strong intuition is like an oak tree, deeply rooted and unshakable. No matter the storm, she stands firm because she trusts her inner strength. And that strength is exactly what earns a man's respect. Intuition is a gift. When you learn to trust it, you no longer need others' validation to know what's true. You become a woman who's hard to deceive or take advantage of, and that's why men both admire and want to be with you. *** Rule 6. Choose yourself first. *** The secret to holding onto your value and the law. In many Asian cultures, women are taught that love means sacrifice, putting others, whether family, friends, or a partner, above themselves. The image of a good woman is tied to patience, endurance, and always thinking of others first, but this mindset only drains you, saps your joy, and ultimately makes you lose yourself. Men don't respect unconditional sacrifice. They might benefit from it, but over time, blind selflessness makes you a bottomless giver, diminishing the very spark that drew them to you. Instead, men are truly drawn to women who value themselves and prioritize their own well-being. This isn't about being selfish. Choosing yourself means knowing your worth, nurturing your mental and physical health, and pursuing your dreams so you can love from a place of strength. A woman brimming with positive energy and a rich, independent life inspires respect and companionship. Consider Mai, who always bent over backward for her boyfriend. She'd cancel personal plans whether for work or friends to be with him. At first, he loved the attention, but over time, he lost interest because Mai had no life of her own. Her appeal, rooted in her passions and individuality, faded. It was only when Mai shifted gears, returning to playing music, spending time with friends, and prioritizing her health and emotions, that she began to shine again. That change made her boyfriend see her differently, with newfound respect and admiration. When you choose yourself first, you send a clear message, I know my worth, and I won't sacrifice it for AMYONE. A man receiving this message understands that to earn your love, he needs to be serious, give back, and show respect. Choosing yourself first anchors you in freedom. Your happiness doesn't depend on others. You find joy in your work, passions, friendships, and personal choices. Love becomes a beautiful addition to your life, not its entirety. A woman who loves herself is never short on allure. She doesn't beg for affection or need to prove her worth. That inner peace and independence are what make men yearn for her. They see a vibrant, equal partner, not a burden to carry. This also means learning to say no. Say no to things that don't bring you joy. Say no to relationships that drain you. Say no to pleasing others at your own expense. At first, this might feel tough. You might worry about seeming selfish or upsetting others. But once you push past that fear, you'll feel a lightness, a freedom, and a growing sense of self-respect. Choosing yourself isn't selfish, it's the foundation for living and loving fully. When you prioritize yourself, you not only earn respect from men, but also cultivate a lasting, natural allure. A woman who's happy with herself is the one men want to stay with for the long haul. Share your journey to happiness. Like and share this video to inspire the women around you. You see, respect isn't something you chase or beg for, it's what you naturally receive when you live true to your worth. These 6 principles aren't just about keeping a man, they're a path to becoming a free, joyful, and magnetic woman. If this resonates with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with the women you care about. You might just inspire someone to embrace their true self. Remember, you don't need to become someone else to be loved. Be yourself, that's the most precious thing of all.